Warzone Mobile just received a huge update when it comes to graphics and in-game performance. So we're going to be testing it out in both multiplayer and battle royale. And without further ado, let's go test out the new graphics. So here we are on the new Scrapyard map, the new and improved updated map, Plan Some Hardpoint. I think it's the Lachlan submachine gun. And I think off the bat, it's definitely more noticeable. The graphics are much more improved than the last time around with the previous update. I think there's obvious improvements being made. And I think in general, this is looking really good, but because this kind of already exists on COD Mobile, Scrapyard on the exact same tablet I'm running, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a comparison that Bobby Plays did, where he compared the exact same places on the map and the same running animations, everything, COD Mobile to Warzone Mobile multiplayer. So I think personally, a lot of people were saying Warzone Mobile looks better. I still think right now COD Mobile has the edge. In terms of cleanliness, like I think this game is more vibrant than COD Mobile. But the graphics, I mean, I'm using iPad Pro 2021 M1, you know, $1,000 device. And I'm assuming this is virtually max graphics. There's no way to know because the graphics tab still isn't turned on. But I would say that the game looks more vibrant and detailed in some aspects, but is less like crisp overall, if that makes any sense. But man, we are getting absolutely whacked. So where even is the hard points? Oh, it's right here. Maybe I should play some OBJ. I will say one thing this game is still doing really well is sort of emulating the PC and console COD experience way better than the mobile than COD Mobile does. I think COD Mobile definitely feels like a mobile game, but this feels like a PC game on mobile. So I do think the potential is still super high for Warzone Mobile. I'm not sure if it's just placebo or what, but I feel like my input delay is much higher than it normally is on mobile games. Like, that was one of the first things I noticed was my sensitivity and everything felt a little wacky, but then I was like, oh, wait, it's actually just my input delay is really high for some reason, and I'm not sure why that is. All right, boys, we're about to drop the first ever Warzone Mobile quad feed.
That's quite big.
Oh, maybe not. Holy crap, these dudes weren't turning around. Oh, I didn't turn around either. And something that's just super noticeable still, even when you compare it to COD Mobile, and I think that's when it's most obvious, is the lack of an FOV slider. Most games on tablet natively, you just kind of get a bit more FOV range. Like, it's more zoomed out, you can see more. But for some reason, this is probably one of the only games I've played where you actually, it feels like you have less of an FOV compared to that of a phone. And it's something that's just not really enjoyable to play a super zoomed in FOV, especially when compared... Dude, there's like 3 people there. Especially when compared to games like COD Mobile and, you know, especially third-person battle royales where you're just used to having a ton of field of view. It's a little frustrating, and still there's no graphics tab, and we have no clue when that is going to be dropping. But there you go. That is the multiplayer side of things. So let's go hop into the battle royale mode. And here we have the battle royale side of things. So the first thing I see right off the bat is the render distance feels better? Are the graphics that the buildings that are far away seem like they're higher quality? Or maybe it's because I'm on an iPad and things are bigger and I can see further away easier. It's more clear that the buildings seem to have improved a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead and give you the full animation of jumping out of the plane and flying into the map. And this looks really freaking good, considering that that's, you know, depending on the skin you have, it'll change. I think from a helicopter will give us a good vantage point of just how good the graphics are at range. And yeah, like I feel like they've improved. Obviously, they're not going to be super crisp and super high detail or anything like that when you're, you know, about 1,000 feet up in the air. And once you get down, yeah, I think these buildings definitely load in what seems to be pretty fast. And then we'll just get a little bit better landing. Try not to break our ankles here. Yeah, I mean, obviously it takes the same, you know, the graphics weren't just updated for multiplayer or just Battle Royale. They were updated across the entire game. Now, I am still not disappointed. It's still sad that the looting menu just hasn't been updated and is very bare bones and feels very archaic. But this isn't about the looting system. This is more about the graphics. And yeah, I mean, I think the lighting is really, I mean, you look outside, this is how the real world looks. If you're looking outside and it's bright outside, you know, it's going to seem dark to you, and that's exactly what happens when you look inwards. Obviously, the gun becomes more apparent because there's light coming in from behind you. So the actual physics engine of this game is really comprehensive. It is really, really phenomenal. It's just the clarity of some things. Like, as you can see, try not to get beasted here, as we are getting beasted. We have no plates. Our teammate... Wow, that is a very slow pistol, even if I'm spamming it. Who is this broski coming in? Well, thanks for the free kills. There we go. Take the SMG, take the LMG. But yeah, that fence cage, you can see, it looks kind of weird from a distance. You zoom in, and then it slowly gets a bit better. But it's things like that where that's a great looking fence. You back away a little bit, and the graphics start to get a little wonky. So my big thing is just clarity right now. Doesn't seem to be great, but everything else is phenomenal. The graphic, or the shading, the lighting, the colors seem to be like, look at that. That's a really blue. That's a really obviously, you know, vibrant teal. Like, I think the colors in this game were way muted before. They were pretty bland, but definitely they got a huge boost in saturation this update, which is phenomenal because it just makes the game look a whole lot brighter and better overall. And same thing, the grass looks a little bit greener. Let's see. Oh, dude, so close. But something I have noticed is if you just look at grass and you don't move, it's fuzzy. The grass itself is fuzzy, and it's way more apparent like up here. If you guys just look, it's like it's moving, but the grass isn't moving. The grass, if you zoom in this game, it doesn't move. It's just the textures, something about it moves on the game. It looks like it's fuzzy, or it's such a strange thing. I've never had fuzzy grass before, and it definitely is a little interesting, and I'm wondering if it's going to be changed before. And as you can see, there's no grass right there, and as you walk forward, grass appears, and that's because render distance, and it's trying to make the game run a little bit smoother by not rendering grass unless you're really up close to it, which I get, and it's a good setting. But once again, I think those are settings hopefully we'll be able to change in our graphics tabs once we do end up getting them. Things like render distance, or maybe textures. If we don't want grass at all, we could just turn it off and make our games run even more smooth. But every big update, we just get closer and closer to oh, that was weird. To getting the final global release and what we're going to be getting when the game ships globally. But hey, even if the environment looks a little bit weird at times, I think the scope, the actual gunplay of this game is starting to shape up to be probably one of the best looking gunplays I've seen on any mobile game. I'm talking about the actual weapon in your hands and the scope and the weapon shake and the reticles. And I think that looks great. The hit markers used to be really big and blurry, but now they've shrank and they're crisp. So the actual gameplay, gunplay is at a really, really good stage right now. It's just the environmental aspects of it still could get a little touch up here and there. But I mean, look at that, bro. That's so crisp. It's so clean. You know, even if you're spamming the sprint button, the physics engine of this game, it's just phenomenal. I can't give enough praise to the dev team for making something like this on mobile. Yeah, but then you got the stadium over there looking a little wonky at range. But then obviously as you get closer, things start to load in. I mean, bro, that's just clean right there, man. That's just clean. No, dude. We just wiped this lobby. I will say, I'm not sure if there have to be real people like still in these lobbies. Oh, maybe that was one. I don't even know. It's just been in beta for so long. These lobbies are definitely feeling a little bit more bot filled, but that's completely understandable. But there you have it. Warzone multiplayer and Warzone mobile battle royale graphics. I think all in all, definitely big strides are being made in both departments. But at the same time, there is still quite a ways to go, and we don't even have the graphics tab. So hopefully next update in June, maybe mid-June, we'll be able to get a graphics tab, mess around with some settings, and really see how close we might be to the global launch of this game. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.